Hello everybody! Welcome to my world of pain. Would you like to hear a story, children? It's a story about terrible, terrible pain. Okay, here we go. This one's in the Rousseau, and I've got it here on the Lee Chess analysis board because for some reason my chess.com is completely messed up in the browser. Check this out. Look at this. Like my computer's gone into some kind of weird dark mode thing, and I don't know why. So the chess.com logo is now black on dark grey, and the black pawns are all messed up. Try changing the theme. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Maybe I need an update. Who knows? Anyway, back to the game. So I've got the black pieces. This is a 5-minute blitz game played this morning. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. Right, we've all seen this before, and we get the Italian. Very, very common. And we play the Rousseau Gambit. Not in the top 5. I'm looking at the Lee Chess ticker tape here. Not in the top 5 moves at all, but does very well for yours truly. Okay, white now here takes. And that was your first mistake. Never take. Okay, now e4 hits the knight, and you'll notice the knight can't go there or there because of the queen, and can't go there or there because of this guy. So there's only really 2 options. Either knight retreats or they try this. Now this is even slightly worse because what black does is the same thing, and the knight is then pinned. The pawn's no longer pinned. The knight is now on prise again and has to retreat anyway. Bye-bye, knight. Okay, now what do we do? You can't play this at this point. You'd need to play the knight out first to defend that square. Okay, but I have learned that the best move here is now knight to d4, hitting the queen, also threatening the c2 rook king fork. So we're going to be forcing the queen all the way back to d1. Not happy times for Mr. White. I now bring out my second knight, preventing any funny business with queen h5 check, and also defending this square so that I can push d5 with tempo. They bring out their knight, and I swing back and grab this pawn. Don't know if it's the best move. Let us check. Yes, it is indeed. Normally we like to push our d pawn and then develop our bishop with the capture, doing 2 things at once. But this is the best move. And now castles. And now the computer definitely favors black. It's -2 now. Okay, so obviously d5 with tempo hitting the bishop. The bishop comes here, it's just going to get hit again, and we'll have to retreat to a4. Bishop goes back to b3, not fantastic. And now I think I make what the computer called a mistake, because I play queen to e5. Right, I have a very obvious idea. I've got a very nice pair of knights, adjacent knights on opposite squares, controlling a lot of squares around this part of the board. My idea is to bring my bishop out and checkmate white on h2. Now, do I think for a moment I'm going to be checkmating a 1500 rated bits player with a sucker punch like that? No, that's not the point. The point is, though, that he'll have to push g3 or something like that he doesn't want to do. However, the computer here says that this isn't the cleverest idea because d4 is playable. Now d4 is playable, then I can capture en passant, but I've got a queen and king alignment issue here, right? He plays rook e1, I do this, the knight moves, say to there, or whatever, so it's not great. Fortunately though, my opponent did not play pawn to d4. My opponent thought, let's develop, played their knight out. I play bishop d6, I'm not expecting to get checkmate on the next move. It actually takes another 3. Okay, so pawn to g3. All right, so what we've done there is we've used a threat to trigger a concession on the part of our opponent. Now, what does this do? You'll hear chess commentators always banging on about weak colour complexes and stuff like that. Well, what it means is that there's now a lot of wind rushing through on the light squares, and we want to capitalise on that wind, do we not? And we probably want to use this fella here. But let's see what we can do without. So, knight h4. Best move. Obviously, if pawn takes here, it's checkmate, so that's not possible, right? And I'm threatening to come in here and stuff like that. Brilliant. Okay. Now opponent plays d4. hitting the queen. So what would you do here? This is a very good example of responding to attacks. There are many things, up to about 12 things I think I've listed, that you can do when you're under attack. Okay, you can retreat the piece, you can capture the attacking piece, you can interpose a piece, obviously not possible with a pawn or a knight. You can ignore the attack and do something else. You can ignore the attack and give check. You can pin the attacking piece on the king, for example, or on a more important piece. Again, that's not possible here. But we do have a tactic, which is knight to f3 check. White doesn't have time to get this because white is obliged to remove the king at the first opportunity. So the king goes there. And now what? Okay. Now the king has actually stepped onto a light square, also in line with the rook. So queen h5 now. And we're threatening to come in here with mate. So what does white do? Rook h1. And the final move of the game. Can you spot it? In steps the bishop, sweeps in with a sachet and gives checkmate. So this rook move was not good. It took away the king's only real retreat because the bishop's covering all of these. And that's 15 moves. Thank you very much. I'll take that all day long. And that is what I love about knowing my repertoire a bit better. So if you will indulge me, guys, I'm going to stick with this Freddy Krueger stuff for a while longer. I may still veer away from the Grand Prix attack against the Sicilian. I'm looking at the Smith-Morra again because it definitely looks like it suits my style. But so if you're interested, we could do a learning the Smith-Morra Gambit series on that if you want to learn it along with me. So if you like that idea, let me know in the comments. Other than that, hope you've enjoyed this daily dose of World of Pain. Thanks for watching. See you soon.